Hello everyone, welcome to my channel RPG Retro Reviews. I'm Captain Courageous and I review old school modules and games and try to give them a fun and informative analysis. This week, I'm taking a look at Halls of the Blood King, an adventure module for the Old School Essentials OSR rule set. But before we fully get into this OSR module review, a real brief channel announcement. I would like to invite you to visit my Teespring store, Ye Old School Shop, where you can purchase game-on t-shirts, mugs, bags, and more. Another great way to help support the channel and get some great gaming swag to bring to your table. From your official gaming t-shirt to a bag to carry your game stuff, or just a mug to hold the brew of your choice while you slay orcs and dragons. Check out yeoldschoolshop.com. Patrons to the channel receive a 15% discount on all merchandise. The checkout code is in your Patreon messages. Links to my Teespring store, Ye Old School Shop, and purchase links are below the description. What other old school style images would you like to see? Please let me know in the comments. Alright, with that bit of business out of the way, let's begin. Spoiler warning, I will be revealing many of the module's secrets, so if you desire to play it, then please stop watching now and direct your DM to this review to see if it's something they might be interested in running. Released in PDF form in March 2021 and soon to be available in print form on Necrotic Gnome's website after a very successful Kickstarter campaign, Halls of the Blood King is a 48-page adventure module written by author and game designer Diogo Nogueira for the Old School Essentials Fantasy Adventure game. It is for 4 to 6 player characters, levels 3 to 5. Though depending on the number of players, the levels can be adjusted up, but I wouldn't recommend any downward movement as the place the PCs are traveling to is populated by vampires. The location itself can pretty much be set anywhere, as the Halls of the Blood King are said to teleport from world to world, the Blood King himself claiming to be the first vampire in existence, and as such, travels from realm to realm collecting a blood tribute from the vampires that reside there. The module offers several interesting possibilities to involve the player characters in the adventure, from the classic rumors of vast treasure within the Blood King's halls to rescuing kidnapped villagers who have been taken to the Blood King's lair to be sacrificed as part of the Blood King's tributes. There is also the subplot of the Blood Princess, who plays the role of a damsel in distress, sending dreams to the player characters in hopes they might intervene and give her some leverage to overthrow the Blood King and usurp his rule, becoming the Queen of the Damned. There is the vampire hunter Selena, who has become trapped and is now a prisoner in the Blood King's halls. Regardless of how the PCs become involved, it is important to note that this module is not a hack and slay affair, and that if your PCs are of the murder hobo variety and do not have the ability to parlay and roleplay, you might want to skip this module altogether. With that said, there is a ton of creepy fun to be had with this adventure. In order to be successful, the PCs will have to interact with the various denizens and guests of the castle. Furthermore, there is time pressure. The PCs have 10 hours or 60 turns to enter the halls, accomplish their goal, and get out before the Halls of the Blood King teleport to another realm on the next dawn. What realm this might be and the repercussions of being trapped within are left open-ended and entirely at the referee's discretion. In fact, the module does a great job of leaving many things open to a referee's creativity. For example, the Banshee in Area 8 claims to be the Blood King's mother, but is she really? There is a magical telescope in one room that shows another world, but what world does it show? In another room, there is a miniature solar system inhabited by tiny beings. Is it possible to get to one of those worlds? And so on. Furthermore, there are several opposing factions to play within. The ferocious blood spiders in Area 18 to extraplanar fungi who have taken hold of the castle's dungeon. Then there are the bizarre guest vampires from the other worlds who have come to the Blood King's court to pay tribute. These are not angsty 1990s vampires, but bizarre and strange creatures such as Santis Crimson Eyes, a humanoid with red skin and a third eye. Santos isn't actually a real vampire, but a magician studying them. Larderin Sharpclaws has a serpent head, thin tail, and sharp claws. And there are 12 other guests as well. There is the Blood Princess, who has been forced to take the role of the king's daughter. She resents this forced servitude and plots to overthrow the Blood King. There is Lord Demetrius, whose soul was restored by a cleric of law, making his existence untenable. Consequently, he has failed to meet his blood tax quota, and the Blood King has ordered his minions to capture him. He may become an ally to the heroes. Of course, there is a rumors table with both true, partially true, and false statements that the PCs can be slowly fed through the course of the adventure. There is a page that neatly lists all the treasure that can be found throughout the castle. There is a list of creepy random happenings that the PCs can experience or witness during the course of the adventure, and as the time for the castle's transposition to another realm approaches, these happenings become more frequent. The castle itself is a character as well, seemingly alive with pulsating walls. They bleed with a malodorous, dark, rotted blood. In addition to all of that, this is an old school Essentials module. So the abbreviated bullet point notation that the system is famous for is used, making it easy for the referee to quickly skim through and absorb the salient points of the module and be ready to run it with minor amounts of prep work. Furthermore, the module layout does a great job of presenting mini maps of the encounter areas, so you don't have to keep flipping back to the main map. The encounters are all haunting, creepy, and frightening. The place exudes atmosphere, and with the right group could provide several sessions of fantasy horror adventure. Finally, let's talk about the stunning artwork here by Justine Jones. I am not familiar with her other work, but what she does for this module is simply outstanding. As I said in my unboxing video, this artwork strikes me as a psychedelic H.R. Giger. It's creepy, haunting, and beautiful, and goes a long way to capture the atmosphere the story is attempting to project. I look forward to seeing more from this talented young artist. In fact, let's take a moment to add in some appropriate creepy music and do a brief slideshow of the module's artwork. Getting a copy of this module is easy. It's available right now as a PDF on DriveThruRPG for just $7.50. The 48-page hardcover booklet that you see here should be available as of June or July 2021. I got mine as part of the OSR Advanced Monster and Treasure Kickstarter. The book is stitched bound and is of high quality. Some have complained that you can't lay this little hardcover booklet flat, but I have not found that to be the case. They are new and need a bit of breaking in, so you may need to back bend the pages a little, which is fine. This is quality binding, it can take it. And if you do that, it will lay flat just fine. Let me also mention that the PDF version comes with a nice player's version of the maps that can be used on a virtual tabletop or online play. So let's take a look at Halls of the Blood King on my D20 scale of style, presentation, and value. Style-wise, the module's artwork and storyline evokes creepiness and exudes horror and tragedy. There are plenty of interesting NPCs, encounters, and situations to interact with, and there is an emphasis on role-playing opportunities, but also some opportunities for straight-up combat fun. That said, this module is not for everyone. Combat-happy PCs will be quickly slaughtered given the number of vampires about and the limited time frame of the adventure. There is no time to leave, rest up in town, and come back later. I'll rate this an 18. The presentation here is outstanding. However, due to the bullet-pointed nature of the thing, exactly what's expected to happen isn't exactly clear upon first skim through. However, once the module's premise is understood, its presentation will serve the referee well later when referencing back. Smartly, the abilities of vampires are given a bullet-pointed page unto themselves to save space and save the need to list them over and over again. Furthermore, several alternatives to the devastating level drain ability of the vampire is provided. Abilities score damage to con, permanent hit point loss, or a cumulative -1 penalty to attack rolls, saving throws, and ability checks. Once again, the choice is left to the referee. This entire adventure is smartly presented. The path through the castle can vary greatly, and there is no linear progression. Once the adventure begins, there is considerable time pressure to complete the goal and get out before the castle transports to another realm, and old school essentials careful timekeeping procedures for dungeon exploration are given a chance to shine here. I'll rate this a 19. Finally, let's talk value. The module provides an intriguing and unique vision of vampires and a fantasy setting and offers not only several sessions of creepy horror role-playing, but offers plenty of opportunities for the referee to expand upon the ideas presented and serve as a springboard for other adventures. At $7.50 on DriveThruRPG and on Necrotic Gnome's website for $15 for the print version makes this module very affordable. I'll go ahead and rate this a natural 20 critical hit. That brings my overall rating for the old school essential module, Halls of the Blood King, to a 19. Amazing. Anyway, that's about all I have for you right now. I hope you found this module informative, useful, and fun. Did you get this module in the Kickstarter? Does your evaluation vary from mine? How did you like it? Let me know in the comments below. Later this week, I'm going to also review these Hermitage dice set from Zuccotti Core on Etsy. Old school dice replicas are always fun to look at, and I think you will all find this package of dice interesting and unique. As usual, I'd like to give a big shout out to all of my wonderful patrons. Your continued support makes these videos possible. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you enjoyed this old school module review, please help support the channel by giving out a like, comment, and share. Check out my Teespring store, Ye Old School Shop. Follow me on Twitter. Join the channel's Facebook page, Dungeons & Dragons RPG Reviews. Consider supporting the channel and more content like this by becoming a patron yourself. Or alternatively, you can just leave a tip in my PayPal tip jar. Links for everything is in the description. And as always, my friends, may your D20 roll true and game on.